Hi guys, we're going to be looking at discount, sale price, tax, and tip. And to start with, we're going to talk about discount and sale price, and you're going to see right away how this is related to our percent of a number, because you see we've got a number and we've got a percent. So there you go, we've got percent of a number. The first question's asking us what the discount price is and what the sales price is. So I want to know, how much am I saving? How much am I paying? So to first figure out the discount price, I'm going to figure out, or the discount amount, I'm going to need to figure out what 60% of $20 is. So I'm going to start with my table, setting up my percent, because I always love doing my percent first, since I know my ratio for the percent very easily. So I'm going to have 60 over 100 as my ratio for 60%. I'm going to put my 20 on the bottom next to, across from the 100%, because if I was paying 100%, I would be paying $20. So I'm putting that there. Now the part that I'm missing is going to be this amount, which is the amount of the discount. So if I'm putting in 60%, it's going to tell me how much I'm saving. Not how much I'm paying, but how much I'm saving. So when we set this up, we know that to go from here to here, I'm going to divide by 5. What I do to the bottom, I'm going to do to the top, so I'm going to divide by 5. I didn't need a middleman for this example. So I see right away that my answer is going to be 12, because 60 divided by 5 is 12. So my discount is $12. Here's the thing. If it costs $20 and I'm saving 12, how much am I going to pay? Well, the amount that I'm going to walk out the door with is going to be 20 minus the 12, and that ends up with $8. So I'm saving $12 and I'm paying $8. If I took my sale price plus my discount, that's going to tell me how much how much the original price was. All right, so that adds up to $20. We know that's the original price. I'd like for you to do this one on your own. We're going to say that the original price is, I don't want to do anything too crazy, we'll do $50, and that the discount is 30%. So I want you to figure out what 30% of $50 is. And so just like when we were setting up our, and hopefully that worksheet that you guys are working on before this, where you find percent of a number, you set up these tables, and you set up your percent, and you set up your 50 on the bottom, and then you figure out what goes on top. All right, go ahead and solve this just like we did with the last one, and I'll come back and explain it if you didn't understand it. Just please pause the video and attempt it on your own. Pause now. Okay, so what you should have already had written down was that the percent is going to be 30 over 100, 30%, 30 per 100. And that the $50 represents the 100% of the price. It's not the sales price, it's the original price. It's more than what we're going to spend. So it's the bigger amount of money. So to be able to go from 100 to get to 50, I'm going to divide by 2. And what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. And so you should find that $15 is your discounted amount. If I saved $15, I'm going to take the two amounts, $50 minus 15, and find out that I'm going to spend $35. So maybe it's a pair of shoes, maybe it's a couple shirts, maybe it's pants, whatever. It's $35. So the discount is $15 and the sale price is $35. So there's some examples of discounts and sales price. Next, this time, now I'm going to take the sale price from number 1, which I don't know why I put 70 there, sorry. I think I messed up. Okay. I'm going to take the sales price from number 1, the first one that I did, and that was $8, and I'm going to figure out the 5% tax. So, I'm going to say my percent is my 5 over 100, and I'm going to say that my full 100%. If I had to pay 100% sales tax, I'd be paying an extra $8. So 8 goes on the bottom. And then I'm trying to figure out what that 5% is going to be, so that's the part that we're looking for. So there is not a direct way to go from 100 to 8. So I'm going to need my middleman, my plankton, who's a little fat in this picture. What number do we want to use that's going to be either a factor or a multiple for 108? Some factors that I would find would be 2, 4, 1. And some multiples I would find would be 800, 8,000, that kind of thing. So working with that, what I'm going to do is, how about we use 800, okay? To go from 100 to 800, I'm going to multiply times 8. What I do the bottom, I'm going to do the top, and so that's going to be times 8 as well, which is 40. Now, I would pay $40 tax on $800, but I'm not spending $800, so let's make this real. So I need to now go from 800 to get to 8. That way, I'm going to divide by 100. What I do the bottom, I'm going to do to the top. And so if you take 40 divided by 100, 100 goes into 4, 0 times. 100 goes into 40, 0 times. So you need to add a decimal and a 0. Now we're talking money, so you need to add 2 zeros. Shoot your decimal straight up, and 100 goes into 400 4 times. That's 400. Then you drop down that last 0, and it's going to be 0. And so I find out that my tax is 40 cents. It wouldn't be 0.4. Represent those dimes in money, it would be 0.40. 40 cents, 4 dimes, 4/10 of a dollar, 40 cents. Now the total, in this case, in the other one we were subtracting, but this one's a little bit different. This one we're going to be adding, because I'm going to build into my price an extra 5%. So it's going to be $8.40, and that'll be my total. So you know how when you go to the store you ask your mom for money and they're like, oh, well, how much is it? And you say, oh, it's only $1, and it's like 99 cents, right? So, or $1.99, you guys will say $1. So then if you ask her for just that $1 and it's 99 cents, when you go to the register, you know you've got that extra tax you need to have money for. So you need an extra 7 or 6 cents or something like that. That's the situation here. We've got the original $8, but you know, Uncle Sam wants his cut of 5%, and so I'm going to pay Uncle Sam 40 cents to buy this pair of socks or whatever. All right, now this example you're going to do, and you're going to take the amount that you got from example number 2, which was $35. So you're going to take your $35 that was your sale price, and I want you to find the 5% tax. Set it up the same way that I set this one up, where you got your 5%. And find your 5% tax. All right, pause the video now, and when you come back, we'll go over it together. So hopefully you went straight to filling in your 5 over 100, because that's my favorite. And you know that if you were to pay 100% sales tax, you'd be paying that 35. We want to find a middleman, because going from 100 to 35 is not an easy transition. So I need some kind of middleman. Some middlemen that I could use would be 1 or 5, 350, 3,500. I can tell you that because I know ultimately I'm going to end up having some decimals. I like to use bigger numbers here in multiples to be able to offset that so that I can do my division a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and use 3,500. Now you may have used 5, and you may have used 1. And if you did, you would have a decimal here. Doing it this way just helps me not have a decimal until the very end. So to go from here to here, I'm going to multiply times 35. What I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So I'm going to multiply 5 times 35. So that's going to be 175. I take that 175. Now I'm going to go from 350 to get to 35. That's by dividing by 100. I'm going to divide the top by 100 as well. Now another thing that hopefully you guys remember from when we talked about the powers of 10, and that was a video that we did all the way back in, gosh, probably Ant-Man, maybe Black Widow, is that we just moved the decimal. When we're dividing, we're making it smaller. So we take the decimal, which is invisible at the end of 175. There's always that invisible decimal at the end of every whole number. And we move it based on the zeros. There's 2 zeros, I move it 2 times. And so this would be my tax for $35. So $1.75. Then I'm not done because that's how much tax I'm paying, but if you try to hand a clerk $1.75 for a $35 shirt, I think that they're going to ask you for some more money. You need to pay the $35 plus the $1.75. Remember to line up, oh, and I could have done that a little bit better. Remember to line up your decimals, $35 plus $1.75. Add that together, $36.75 should be your answer. All right, next. The lunch bill was $100, and you're going to leave a tip of 20%. So I'm going to find out here what the tip amount is and what the total amount is. So for the lunch, for the first thing I do is my beautiful percent, because it's so easy to write it. Then I'm going to say, okay, well, 100% tip would mean an extra $100. Probably not going to do that, okay? So what I'm going to do is, how do I go from 100 to get to 100? This is an easy one. I don't know what I was thinking. It's times 1. So what I do the bottom, I do the top, and so it turns out that I'm going to leave a $20 tip. To figure out what the total is, though, if you left just $20, guess what? They're going to be upset. I'm not going to subtract because they'd be pretty upset if I left $80 too. I need to take this amount plus the tip, and that's going to equal the total. So it's going to be $120. The $100 plus the $20. 100 plus 20. $120. Now for your turn. Sorry I didn't give you such an easy one, but it's really not too bad. You're going to need a middleman for this one. I'll warn you right now. It's not going to be as easy as the other one. Go ahead and pause the video and practice finding tip. Pause the video now. All right, I gave you the same tip amount, so hopefully the first thing you did was put in 20 over 100. If I was paying a 100% tip, I'd be paying an extra $80 on my bill, which would be awesome for the waitress, not so awesome for me. I'm going to need a middleman, and for me personally, I thought 10 would be a good middleman because I can divide by 10, divide the top by 10. It's pretty easy. Then I'm going to take this to 80, which means I have to multiply now by 8. When I do the bottom, I do the top, multiplied by 8. And so I'm going to leave a $16 tip. Hopefully you realize that you would add $80 and $16 together and leave on the table $96 in cash so that you pay the $80 bill plus you give them $16 for a tip. And that's kind of the standard tip. All right, guys, I didn't get past 15, so that's good. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.